Were y'all here before on this? No, okay. All right. So, is this a commercial lease? Okay. So how much is the monthly rent, the base rent?
3,000.
3,000. And no subsidy, obviously. Okay. And what months are you seeking, please?
Half of September, October, November, and December.
Okay. And do y'all have receipts for any of those?
Yes,
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
May I see those, please?
We challenged the receipts. Incidentally, these are not receipts, Your Honor. These are checks that were written
Okay.
from.
Were they, does it show that they've been through your account? Can you show that, do you have it on your
yes.
phone that they've already
yes, I do.
been deducted?
May I say something?
Yeah.
When we first originally started doing this, they wanted cash and we did not want to do cash because we wanted to have some kind of receipts. So this is actually, we need another remedy for this as a civil court. And we told them because this is a very touchy situation. Originally, we came into this property, we came in to clean up and stuff. And so we were there and he actually forced us to sign the contract because he wanted us to stay there. So he literally locked our workers out of the property one morning and he says, you need to sign this contract because now I have somebody else coming into the property. And I said, well, no, we still have to do this and this and this. So originally there was another tenant that did the same business as we did. I'm sorry, I'm a little nervous, but anyway, he wanted us to clean up the property for him. So we're like, okay, so we started cleaning up the property and then there was also some equipment there and stuff. So we said, okay, well, instead of us taking it off the property, we can actually, let's handle it here so we could save time. And he was like, okay, so he started seeing us doing it and he's like, wow, you're doing more than what this other company did. I said, well, we've been in business for a long time. We know what we're doing. So then he started putting like pressure on us and he started kind of like saying, no, you need to do this, you need to do that. So we're like, okay, so we signed the contract. Because he was forcing us, he said, don't worry about what it says. He goes, this is just to lock you in. So that way I know you're going to be paying rent and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, I don't feel comfortable with it. He's like, don't worry, we can agree on this. And I said, okay, that's fine. So he said, give me 3,000 down now. And then you pay the 3,000 for the first month and the last month. So when I gave him the first month, the 3,000 down, I didn't feel comfortable after that because then his attitude kind of changed. You know, he lives right behind the property and he was always on the property, kind of harassing us and everything like that. So I spoke with Mr. Gonzalez to the day of, I think, September. And then after that, this was when he got his attorney involved. And then they started coming over the property while we're working and they started taking equipment away from us while we were working, stopping our business. So we ended up calling the cops, the sheriffs, they came over. So it got into a big crazy matter. So since November, the last time that we were there, we haven't been back to the property to just a couple of days recently, just trying to take some of our stuff back out that we have there. So we're at that property. We don't no longer want to pay rent there. We don't want to be there anymore. Even the sheriffs, when they were there, they were like, I wouldn't be here if I was you. The previous tenants before him, he has a history of people that were renting there. They've all left. Nobody's ever had a legit business there, you know, for a long time. And we actually finally had, it was actually going good for us. We were building our business. We were getting customers and all this stuff. And just right when we were getting there, all this stuff started happening. So, I mean, we started getting like anxiety. They were calling us. We're like, okay. And we told them our customers pay 30 days to 45 days. But he would see a trailer show up and he's like, oh, you're selling. You have this, you have that. I expect my money. I want this and that. And I said, okay, we're paying. We were up to date. We were just behind on the down payment to the closing. But like I said, I told her we hadn't even set up our office yet.
Were you
I
buying
object,
this
Your
place?
Honor.
Were you buying it or?
No.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
we were just there so we could finish up because we already had money involved. We had time
Hold on, hold on,
involved.
sorry.
We had a lot of stuff involved. That's why I said it's a very touchy situation because me and him spoke verbally. And like I said, we were trying to build up a relationship to talk because he had said, hey, we could talk about that. Like I said, he lived behind, so he was there every day. And I was like, and one time I would come over at night, he's there on the property. I'm like, what are you doing? And all this stuff. And I said, we had every intention because we had good vibes when we were there. We wanted to stay there. But like I said, after all this started happening, we're like, you know what? We don't want to be here anymore. And then he started saying they're going to terminate the lease and all this stuff. And I was like, you know what, already, that's fine. So like I said, coming to your business and you already have, you know, padlock on your door, you can't get to your equipment. The guys can't come in. We had 4 employees quit because of all this stuff.
Your Honor, I object. I know that he's rambling on, making statements without question. We'd like to rebuttal what he's,
Oh, yes, of
alleged.
course you can.
it's all allegations. Our contention, Your Honor, is that
We have witnesses too.
Okay. Do you have witnesses with you?
No, I mean,
Oh.
just being her, you know, other than
Okay,
that, but our
okay,
workers.
let him
yeah.
finish and then I'll let you finish. Okay, go ahead. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, this is a clear case of not paying rent. Uh, Initially, the defendant came in, you know, he's alleging that he cleaned the property and that he was cleaning the property. The only cash check that he has for cash is dated June 25th of 2025. Now, mind you, this is dated June 25th. Okay. The first check that he has is for August the 7th of 2025 for $3,000.
Okay.
Now, mind you, it clearly states there is the down payment. The $3,000 was for down payment of the property. The lease called for $3,000 a month.
Is that security deposit or down
Deposit,
payment?
yes. Security
Okay,
deposit.
Because
of
down payment and
3,000
security are totally different things. Okay,
Security deposit for $3,000, ma'am.
okay,
Okay? And that was for August 7th, 2025.
okay.
That was the initial, again, security deposit.
Okay, all right. Then why did he pay June? That was before August. So why would he pay June?
The June 1,500, ma'am, was for pallets that he was removing from the property that had been, you know, left there by the previous tenant.
Okay, can I see those? What does it say on the
Right.
check? Yes, of course. Yes, sir. Uh-huh, thank you. So there's nothing on here that says what this is for.
No, because I mind you, they
Your
want
Honor,
cash.
Well,
Yes.
Hold on.
If I may continue,
Okay, let him finish and then I'll let
Yeah,
y'all,
okay.
so y'all might want to take notes or whatever, and then y'all can rebut what he's saying.
Your
Okay,
Honor, there was an original agreement. Again, the defendant is in a pallet business. He has several other locations. This is not the only location that he's trying to build. He has other locations. I can allege hearsay that he was thrown out of previous.
now we're not here on any of that. We're here on only this. Only on
Understand
this.
that, but for him to make allegations is not fair to our side. Now, I'd like to point to you the condition of the property when he first came in.
Okay, show him first, and
Okay.
if he has objections of it or tells me that is that the way it looked when you moved in?
Don't.
Do you have pictures of the,
This is our stuff.
It's our stuff.
okay, do you have pictures of the way it looked when you all moved
To
in?
removed?
That would remove, that was there previous.
That was their.
The rest of the
previous
stuff in the back
All that
is ours. All the
Okay.
gray stuff is all that was there
thing. If
before,
you, if
right?
you can tell,
So-
Your Honor,
We couldn't even drive
Wait,
into
hold
the
on,
property. before.
one at a time, one at a time, one at a time.
Your Honor.
Go ahead.
I'm showing them the evidence.
Okay,
Carry on, carry
So
on.
you're saying that this was already there?
Yeah.
Is that
What-
correct?
Not all of that. I said just this.
Okay.
Okay,
So all
that's
this is
partial.
already there. Okay. And this is. Was
How would you
already
say, how would
there
you
as
say
well.
all this is all there when this is all ours?
Well, that's what I'm trying.
Yeah,
to
no, that's what I
determine.
say. Okay, just the debris here is what,
What's
that's what we,
okay?
that we pushed there because we were cutting the grass.
You pushed that.
Okay, yes, me
Okay.
and Joe pushed that.
Okay. Pushed it. What
This
about
is all
that?
after, this is all after the fact that we cleaned the property because we couldn't even drive onto the property.
So.
Once we were able now to get an
so
18
this-
wheeler in there,
So
so this was there from the previous tenant, the debris.
Okay. All right. So the $1,500 that you paid in June, what was that for again?
He was putting pressure on us.
What was that? What
It was for
that
nothing
okay,
because
let him finish. You asked him a question. Let him
Yeah.
answer, please. Let him answer.
he also said too, because he's called us on the phone a lot and he
He's
said,
threatened
he's
us.
threatened us because he said, oh, I can do
Okay,
this and
his
that. So
question was, what is that June, and I have the same question. What is the $1,500 for?
it was
for June?
basically shut up money, basically. It was just there kind of like that because we were there on the property because we hadn't signed anything yet at that time. because he was already threatening to take over, take this out, and he was already gonna like block us out of the property, but we were cleaning up the property.
So you're
Yeah.
cleaning the property and you're paying him $1,500?
Yes, yes.
That doesn't make
It
sense.
doesn't make sense. The original deal was we were supposed to clean it up and get it ready, and then he put pressure on us to start renting the property. And then he said, I have another renter that wants to come in and get all this stuff. I have, like I said, he went looking for other pallet companies to ask them, can you come out and remove this stuff
Okay,
for
let me
him?
see those.
So we were doing the favor as that at our cost.
I mean, again,
Anything that looks white is ours.
with your photograph, the condition of the property, okay? And the verbal agreement that they have.
You don't have any dates on these, like, I don't know what dates they are.
Ma'am,
Where? Oh,
okay?
11, 10.
I have other photographs. I have to show you which dates. Those have dates.
Your Honor, we
Okay,
started,
Your Honor,
we started in
the
June.
condition, the condition of the property, Your Honor, when he first came in, and the agreement was that he was going to, mind you, there's the pallet. So he removed the pallets that were there. He was hauling them off. He was selling them, which is what he does for a business, a commercial business.
Mhm.
He was selling the pallets that had remained on the property. Now, he didn't remove the trash. As you can see, all that is trash. He didn't remove that. He removed the pallets that were left there by the previous tenants, going and selling.
Okay, well,
You
what was he not supposed to? Was that not part of the deal, or was he told not to do that? That's not what we're here for though, but
Well, but that's what they're alleging now, ma'am. What we're saying is that, that was a condition. Now, the second payment that he made was not in August, was not in September.
you
and
told me
you're
he did
saying
make,
that from June until August, they were being pressured. It took them, I mean, that's not very much pressure, if you ask me. It took them 2.5 months to make a payment, which was
because he was cleaning.
August the 7th, which was finally when they signed that. Now, we have a lease agreement, Your Honor.
I would like to see that. That was the
Thank
next
you,
thing
Your
I
Honor.
was gonna ask.
If you'll notice the date of when
August 1st
that's when the lease was
began.
supposed to commence. Now, with a lot of pressure, they came in and they signed it on the 6th, if you'll notice that. She signed that contract, dated it the 6th. However, payment that was made, the initial payment, if you'll notice, Your Honor, is dated the 7th of August.
Okay,
And that was for, again, the security deposit. Mind you, it was a $3,000 monthly lease plus a $3,000 security deposit,
okay.
okay? Now, under a lot of pressure, as he alleges, there was no other payment from August 7th until October 1st, Your Honor.
So,
Okay.
okay,
October 1st, again, mind you, August, August was not paid. All of September was not paid. Then on August the 7th, a payment of $1,500.
okay. So so October was paid in full.
No, ma'am. But remember that it's dated October, ma'am, but they're paying arrears. They're paying for.
I understand, but I'm just trying to, they didn't pay for September. I know that. I'm just,
And they didn't pay. for
Wait.
August.
okay, but this 1,500, I don't know what this is for, and it's for, it's his signature. So they gave him $1,500
For
in
the- that's
June.
For the.
What is that?
Compensation for the pallets that they were removing and selling.
That were for the other people that were left
That
there.
were left, and that was the agreement that they would.
Okay.
Property, of course, he volunteered to do that. There was an understanding because. there
Okay, that
was
makes more sense. That
compensation.
makes more sense now. I was just wondering what that was for,
Right.
but now I understand. These people are in the pallet business. The other tenants left all these stacks of pallets, and in order for him to get to keep those and sell them, he gave $1,500 because he was gonna make money on them.
Correct.
Okay, I got it now, but that wasn't made clear earlier. Okay, so I get that. Okay, so that's for that. Um,
Let's get the lead.
okay, 3,000,
Again.
and this one
um,
was
the
paid.
first payment
Uh-huh.
was done when.
It was, the first one was, it was in October, there were two payments.
October, that's.
That's paid, so let's just say that's, oh,
Oh,
let me have that one.
This is the third payment.
Okay.
These were all three payments, but again, this is for
November.
arrearage.
I understand. I'm just trying to put all the money together.
So the first
Arrearage or
payment-
whatever. I'm just trying to figure out
Yes, ma'am.
how much
So
was paid.
The first payment, ma'am, in August, again, was for the deposit.
The deposit. So,
$3,000. So then they didn't pay their rent. All of
Yeah.
August. all of
September,
September,
they paid October.
and then October, they come in and they're paying, they're dating that. Well, what about August? What about September?
I get it now.
$6,000.
That's $6,000. Okay.
So they paid $1,500, not 3,000 like the agreement was, the lease that was
I
signed.
understand.
They paid $1,500.
And then they paid an
And
additional,
then they paid an additional $1,500, which.
could go to November, or
was-
it could
no,
go to
that's in
September.
August, man.
Or yeah, it went to August. Okay.
All that $3,000 that they finally paid went for the month of August.
So
Then they paid a
there,
third payment in October, which went for half of the September rent.
yes, I get it.
Then we have October, November, and December. Okay? Now, mind you, ma'am, the original agreement, besides the lease, was that Mr. Castillo was going to use equipment that belonged to Mr. Gonzalez. And the agreement was that Mr. Gonzalez was gonna sell $30,000 worth of commercial equipment for a bargain price of $10,000.
He was selling his equipment to them for $10,000.
$10,000.
Okay. Okay,
$30,000 worth of equipment
okay,
for $10,000.
all right.
Now, mind you,
But that doesn't have anything to do with the rent. But
but it has to do with, again, the good faith of Mr. Gonzalez, man.
yes, okay,
Now, not only was he not being compensated for the use of his property to the tune of $3,000 a month. They were living there rent-free. In addition to that, they were utilizing equipment that belongs to the plaintiff, Mr. Gonzalez, in order to make money for their business. And they continue to make money. I'd be happy to show it to the defendant. These are photographs of commercial equipment that was left there and had been agreed to purchase.
Did they ever purchase that that equipment?
Oh, but they never made one single penny.
Okay.
of payment.
Okay, okay, so they didn't purchase it.
Yeah. Then they, when they were given the 3-day notice to vacate, now mind you, prior to that, I had contacted them. Both by certified letter. Stating that they were in default. They had not complied with the purchase agreement, and they had been in arrears for 2 months. Then at that point, they left the property, along with the $30,000 worth of commercial.
They took it.
property. They took it,
Okay, well, we're not here on that today. We're not here on that today.
but it.
We're
but
just
it
here on
came to
rent.
the case, man.
I understand. I understand what you're saying, but that's for a whole different day and a whole different time.
Correct.
And that's way above this jurisdiction.
I
So-
understand, Your Honor.
So,
And we'll
I-
proceed, we're gonna proceed along with that.
okay, so,
Those are criminal charges and violations.
okay, we're not gonna talk about that today, because I can't hear that today. So, do you all have any other checks that you paid them for anything?
No, man, whatever's there, we were looking for everything, because a lot of it was done cash, and we're trying to remember at the time. Because but like I said, once we signed I know that's why we knew this was already starting to be a little fishy. And like I said, we were there originally, like I have the text on my phone where we're texting back and forth, saying, come clean up the property, come here, I'm here, ready. Never no agreement of saying that we had to getting charged for all this stuff, but he was putting pressure because he was like, I
Okay,
need money.
well, there is, let me stop you there. There is a lease that
Yes.
begins, August the 1st of 2025. And it's a 2-year lease. It ends July 1st of 2027. So there is a lease in place. You all signed the lease. It looks like y'all gave that down payment, which was a security deposit. So you all were starting the lease, but I don't see that you paid the rent in August. What was due is August, September, October, November, which is 4 months of rent, which is $12,000. And then December, I prorated it, which would be to today's date, is $837, or no, what was it? Yeah, $870.97 for the prorating of today. And so that is a total of $12,870.97. And you all paid $4,500 is what I see here, because the one in June is what they're saying is for the pallets, which makes sense. Those are what the people left, and y'all are gonna make money on those, which is great. It's great that you can make money on pallets. So what you paid, instead of paying $12,870, you paid $1,500.
But Your Honor, the whole time that we paid, we have the voice text and stuff. When he said we were up to date till September. In October, we only owed $1,500 from them saying that we were not behind. We
Do
only,
you have any kind of
I
text
would have to go,
messages?
yes, on my phone. So
Okay,
we
well,
were up to date, up to that. So there was nothing ever previous to that date. So actually after
Okay, well,
that.
let's look at what
yeah,
you have.
Yeah, yes.
Let's look at what you have, because what the evidence shows here is that you only paid 4,500 of the 12,000.
Ma'am, again, they
dollars.
didn't pay 4,500, ma'am.
They have towards the rent, because I'm not counting the 3,000,
Right.
because that's the security.
Right.
I'm not counting the cash, because that's for the pallets. I got it. So what they,
$4,500 would be for the rent for the month of
well, I'm
August
saying, I
and
know,
half of September,
I get it.
and no other payments have been made.
I get it, because what the total rent would be is $12,870.97. That's total for August, September, October, and prorated in November, and prorated for December, but they only paid 4,500. So I took 4,500 off of that. It doesn't matter what month it's from. I'm just saying they took off that.
She can-
what I have left is $8,370.97 is what they owe, is what I see that they owe. Is that what y'all are asking for?
Yes.
Okay,
I didn't
so
take it out.
regardless of what month it's from, I'm just trying to add it all and subtract this, and this is all I have. So let me see what else they have. So this is theirs and this is theirs over there. Okay. Okay, scroll up.
Yes,
Okay.
okay, thank you.
You?
And this is in June. But this is all about the pallets.
Yes, this is about like us cleaning up when we first started, it's never
Okay,
no agreement.
Okay, but now we need to get into the money part of the, like, okay.
And I'd have to go into his, when he started contacting us, his attorney.
August the 4th. Okay, here we go. August the 4th, August the 6th. Do you have the money for deposit? And he's saying that, I mean, this is already August 27th. Y'all have already signed the lease and he's asking,
September, we signed the lease in what, September?
August.
no,
August,
it's
okay.
August.
Okay,
August, ma'am.
And he's asking, where's my,
Where's my rent money?
that's right. And that's what and that's August 22nd. So y'all did not pay. And it says,
and see, most of that stuff that we're taking out of there, I told him we had to make money
okay,
out of
wait,
that
this
stuff.
doesn't have any evidence to help y'all because
Let
it's,
me look for his message.
okay, perfect. Because that
Honor,
doesn't,
we were acting in good faith.
okay,
We're trying to be good,
too, sorry.
good landlords. And, Mr. Gonzalez would not hire me until,
September 20.
after the fact, in September,
Okay,
after
fine.
there had been 2 months of non-payment. So at that point, I tried working, and that's when they produced those $4,500, man.
Okay,
Prior to that,
good. But you
no,
need that.
no money had been paid.
Okay,
Your Honor, and we were willing to pay, we really were, but
would you all have money to pay now?
no, we don't.
Okay.
But we were willing to pay, but at that time, Mr. Gonzalez and Mr. Gallegos would come onto property. They would harass us, they would
Yeah,
harass.
harass
my
the workers.
employees.
Okay. That's for a whole other day.
Yeah.
But the problem
So-
is that the problem is like that other guy that was just so mad at me. Y'all signed a lease for 2 years. I mean, so
Because he was
like
trying
that
to lock
man
us in.
signed a lease. And it's not, and you didn't fulfill your lease.
Like
Because-
I said, and we were willing to give them a payment every week. And I did tell him, I specifically told him, I will, if I have a deposit next week, I will give you another 1,500. If I have it in 2 weeks, I'll give you the other 1,500.
Okay.
And he would say, okay, he would say,
Yeah.
okay, and he would say, I don't want y'all to leave. But then the attorney would say, he wants y'all to leave.
Okay.
So.
Well,
we
I don't
were
know.
willing to- We were
All I
willing to
know is,
pay.
do you all have any money? Do you have $5,000? Do you have $3,000?
don't.
I mean, we didn't want to stay in there anymore at the property. The thing is now, we just wanted, like I said, we were originally gonna.
Okay,
stay
are
there.
y'all already out of the? property?
No, we're out of the property
yeah.
physically, but you
No,
know, our
ma'am.
pallets are still there.
Hold on. And did you give him the keys to the property?
He has copies of the keys. We gave him copies
No,
already.
ma'am, they changed the locks.
No, we didn't.
Ma'am,
No, we didn't.
Okay, all right. Okay, I don't see any evidence on y'all's side other than that y'all paid for $4,500 since you signed the lease. That's all I see. Because the 3,000 is for a security deposit and the other 4,500 is for rent. But
See, that's-
you've been there since August. Y'all
Because that's why
signed
he
a
locked
lease.
us out. He had locked us out and he forced us to sign the contract. Because like I said, the understanding was
If
to
he
clean
was
up the
already
property.
locking you out, sir, and forcing you to sign a contract, then you should have known not to.
because we already had time
maybe-
invested. And like I said, and we, like I said,
Okay.
we had to turn that into
Okay.
money. And the whole thing is, it was about money because he actually saw us doing something with the stuff. And he
Okay.
was mesmerized because we're actually working there.
He's been in business since 35 years.
Okay,
40 years.
And what does that mean?
All right,
What does that mean?
don't talk to each other. Don't talk to each other. Did you give him any concession on rent for cleaning the place or cleaning it up and
There
you?
was no cleaning, ma'am, as I showed you with the picture. About what they did, if you call cleaning it, he was removing
The
the
pallets.
leftover pallets and going and selling them,
Okay.
getting compensated for that. And that was generating income for the business.
Okay, okay.
right?
But
Other
my
than
question to your client is, did
Oh,
did
goodness,
you
shows it.
did you have any conversation with them? Like, if you cleaned it up, I'll give you partial rent off or any kind of concession? None of that was, okay. All right, then I'm gonna go forward unless you
found
have something else.
I just found his
Okay.
text.
Show it to the attorney first.
Okay. This is when you were first contacting me about the rent. and
Okay,
everything.
may I read it?
I'm showing it to you.
Okay. Okay. And I'll read it to you, Your Honor.
Okay,
Mr. Castillo, hope you're well.
Well, no, that you get, I'm showing everything that you.
What do you?
I'm just showing, I just wanted to show it because you said so I can have proof of what it shows. So we were up to date. Well,
No,
that's what I said up to there. I don't know.
No,
what
no.
this- Huh?
okay.
You're
tell me
not
what-
up to date. Show her
Sir,
this
don't
one
put
here.
my hand, let me,
Show her
sir,
that.
can you let me get, split up.
Your Honor, with all due respect, Your Honor,
Have a seat.
Yes, sir.
Have a seat.
again,
Not the attorney, he can stand.
Your Honor, we were trying again to avoid, we were trying to mitigate and trying to work with the plaintiff, okay? The leasees.
So what does this
It never-
say?
It never materialized. Whatever it says, and I wasn't able to read it, I was trying to get
This
them
is,
to pay.
let me tell you, this is October 2nd. It says basically call me, we have a problem. Urgent message. Please call me ASAP, partial payment of commercial rent, reference to partial payment of, this is October. It's urgent that
Again,
you
mind
get in
you-
touch with me. Okay, so you texted him 3 different times.
In October, ma'am, trying to get rent payment from back in August.
The last of the 1,500 that we owed him for October. That's what that was for.
Well, I don't know. It doesn't specifically say, so hold on. It says something here. Mr. Castillo, hope you are well. Thank you for the partial payment, $1,500 on Saturday on 10/18. Is that one of the ones that you
Yes,
gave
ma'am,
me?
that's one of the, yes, ma'am.
Okay. On Saturday towards October rent, balance 1,500 plus $100 late fee. Late fees, they cannot ask for late fees in court. So anyway,
Right.
please pay by October 31st. Want to meet in person, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Mr. Castillo, this is the 25th. That was the 24th. The next day, Mr. Castillo, good afternoon. I'm at your shop. I was planning on meeting with you. Call me ASAP. Mr. Castillo, good morning. It's urgent. Call me on the 27th. So it doesn't look like you paid.
They
Then
did
he sends a default on the 27th on the lease saying that you are on October 27th, it says, be advised that as the date on this notice, you are in default on your lease agreement of $4,600 delinquent in rent.
The 46 was 100 late charge and the 45 is, so that's why I said as of October, we were only 45 and that's the remaining of the other part of the security deposit, which was 3,000
You
and plus the
can't use that
1,500.
for rent, sir. You can't use.
No. That's not what I was saying for rent.
Oh.
So he's saying that
Here.
we owed him 45 or 46 now because 3,000 of that was part of the security deposit. And the other part
Okay,
was the
and
remaining
that was-
1,500 as of October.
Okay, but that was October 31st.
yes.
And you still owe November and
November,
December.
Yes, and he gave us a default letter, so 9/5. So after that, we left the property.
So that default letter on October the 31st, I think it was, is 4,500 was in default.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, but then you still owe 3,000 for November. And you owe, what did I say it was? 870.97 cents up to today's date. Okay, so so that's a little bit less than what I said. So 4,500 plus 3,000. plus 870.97. Well, actually, it's exactly what I said. $8,370.97 is exactly what I wrote down. And that's exactly what it shows that you owe. I'm gonna do it again. 4,500. That was the letter. I'm not charging the 100.
Yes. We're just going from the October, the default letter to now. That shows proof of where we're at.
And
Yes.
that's exactly what I wrote down on my notes without even seeing that.
Hmm.
$8,370.97 because it's 4,500 from October 31st, and then you still have November, and then you still have December. So that's exactly what I wrote down in the beginning.
Like I said,
Um,
we haven't been there the whole month of November. We literally left because they literally came while our
Sir,
workers
you
were
were just,
working.
you were just telling me that y'all still have stuff there.
No,
and
we
that
do have
you
stuff
still
there.
have the
Your Honor.
keys. No, I'm gonna go ahead and make the judgment because that's what he just proved that my numbers were
Your
correct.
numbers were correct, Your Honor.
Okay, so
Yeah,
the court finds that the defendants are in default in the amount of $8,370.97, cost of court, post-judgment interest, and possession. Setting the appeal bond at $6,000, and they do have 5 days to appeal. So y'all have 5 days to appeal, but the evidence you showed me just showed me that my numbers were correct.
No, I was just trying to show, because they were saying from the other payments, they were saying that was not true. So as of October, we're trying to do our business as normal. So I didn't want to give them the money anymore at that time because we were already like, they were gonna default anyway on us. They said they were gonna tear up the paper, because also the attorney had said, he called us and he said, well, you're paying too cheap for that property. So I think in their actuality, they wanted to regain possession of the property. So I was like, okay, so the 3,000, so I told my wife, we're not gonna pay that right now.
Okay, well, that's fine.
So we're
Y'all-
terminating the lease, because that's why. So that was
well,
the
but
3,000.
You don't have a lease anymore. You
Yeah.
don't have any lease
Yes.
anymore. So, y'all go, please be civil. You have 5 days to appeal. And then if you pay this judgment, it will be released from you. Once you pay the judgment to him, he will release it. So you won't have a judgment, okay?
I don't have to pay, I pay them directly? Is that how?
I can't give legal advice, but there's an attorney right here. He can.
Your Honor,
Uh-huh.
if I may, I'd like to clarify, I am acting as Mr. Gonzalez's
Agent.
advocate and property manager.
Okay, he's not an
My role
attorney.
Came in as a property manager.
Okay,
From the very
Yeah,
first
yeah.
initial thing.
okay,
Yeah.
Never indicated that I was an attorney.
yeah. And I asked.
He
for-
did,
Yes,
he
he
did, he did come
Okay.
over there. And even when the sheriff showed up, he
Sir,
walked away. Yeah.
Sir, I have taken so much time with you all. We are 45 minutes late
Yes.
from my next,
I understand.
okay, we need to
Thank you.
go. So
Thank you, Your Honor.
thank you so much. And my number was right in the very beginning, so we wasted a lot of time.
But I do have 5 days to appeal.
You do have 5 days to appeal, but it was the same number I've had written down for the
No, no,
last
I mean,
30 minutes.
That's fine, that's fine.
Okay, but good luck to everybody.
Thank you,
Okay?
sir.
Do
Good luck
I
to
have, so if, once I pay that, what do I have to do now to the property? Do I have?
You
Talk
have
to
to
attorney?
talk to an attorney. I can't give you legal advice from the
No,
bank.
no, not that. I was just saying, but we're still legally to be on the property, we pay or?
You have 5 days to appeal, 5 days to move out.
Thank you.
If you pay that judgment, he will release it. You won't have a judgment against you. So there's lots of things that can happen.
Thank
Okay?
you.
Good luck to everybody.
Thank you,
Thank you, Your
Judge.
Honor.
You have a wonderful holiday season.
Thank you so much. You too.
Your service,
Thank you. And sorry about that earlier.
I understand, Judge.
All right.